like me? They like me not. Does that rhythm sound familiar to you? It brings to mind the image of sitting in a garden, plucking the white petals off a daisy one by one, hoping that the final petal will reveal the truth of another person's heart. It is a universal experience, isn't it? We spend so much of our mental energy trying to decipher codes that seem impossible to crack. You might find yourself lying awake at night, replaying a conversation in your head, wondering if a specific glance meant something profound, or if you are simply projecting your own desires onto a blank canvas. It can feel overwhelming. You might ask yourself, do they actually enjoy my company, or are they just being polite? Are they avoiding me, or are they just busy? Am I overthinking everything? Sometimes, our own insecurities can cloud our vision. You may convince yourself that someone cannot stand you, that you are a burden, or that you are invisible to them. But often, that inner critic is wrong. It can be incredibly difficult to figure out someone's true thoughts about you because we are trapped inside our own perspectives. However, human beings are not as mysterious as we often think. Even when we try to hide our feelings, our subconscious minds have a way of leaking the truth. There are subtle signs, little beacons of light that you can pick up on to get to the bottom of the mystery. Whether you are looking for evidence of romantic love or just trying to gauge if a new acquaintance wants to be your friend, the body and the subconscious mind rarely lie. Today, we are going to explore 6 signs a person likes you, even if your anxiety is telling you otherwise. Let us begin with sign number 1. They consistently try to get close to you. You might be thinking that this sounds incredibly obvious. You might say, well, Jenny, of course someone who likes me would want to be near me. But I want you to pause and really think about this, because it is actually quite easily missed in the hustle and bustle of daily life. We often miss the forest for the trees. Have you ever noticed that there is one specific person who always seems to be in your orbit? Perhaps you are at a crowded party, or in a busy office break room, or just hanging out with a large group of friends. Out of the corner of your eye, you always seem to spot the same person. They might not be talking to you directly. They might be engaged in a completely different conversation with someone else. Yet, physically, they are there. This is not a coincidence. We naturally gravitate toward the things and the people that bring us joy. It is almost like a magnetic pull. People try to get physically closer to the people they like. This can manifest in very small, subtle actions that you might ignore. For example, watch how they interact with the space between you. If you are sitting at a table across from each other, do they move objects out of the way? A person who likes you will subconsciously want to remove barriers. They might move a flower vase, a stack of books, or a pillow that is sitting between the two of you. They want a clear line of sight. They want the energy to flow freely between you. Consider the path they take when they are walking. Do they take the long way around the room just to pass by your desk? Do they choose the walking route that aligns with yours, even if it is slightly out of their way? These are efforts to act on a desire for proximity. After all, if someone truly did not like you, or if they were indifferent to you, chances are you would not see them very often. They would drift away. But if they are hovering in your periphery, like a moth to a flame, it is a strong indicator that they find comfort and happiness in your presence. Now, let us move on to sign number 2. They walk beside you. This might seem like a strange detail to focus on, but the way two people move together through space tells a fascinating story about their dynamic. Any guesses as to why this particular behavior is such a strong sign of affection? Here is the thing about walking. It is a cooperative activity. When you walk side by side with someone, you are syncing your pace with theirs. It requires a level of attunement. Furthermore, it is significantly easier to talk, to maintain soft eye contact, and to get physically closer to someone when you are walking right next to them. So, naturally, people who like you will want to minimize the distance. They want to be on the same level as you, literally and metaphorically. However, there is a nuance here that is very important to understand, especially if you are dealing with someone who is a bit shy. Sometimes, a person may like you very much, but they walk slightly behind you. This does not necessarily mean they are subservient or disinterested. Often, this means they are too shy to walk beside you, or perhaps they feel a bit intimidated by you, but they still want to be near you. They are following your lead. Contrast this with someone who walks briskly in front of you. If they are constantly 5 steps ahead, leaving you to rush to catch up, they are probably more concerned with where they are going than with the person they are traveling with. Their goal is the destination, not the journey with you. But someone who likes you will try to be near you in any way they can. They will slow their pace to match yours. They will turn their body toward you as you move. It is a silent dance of companionship. Let us deepen our understanding with sign number 3. Their body language is completely open to you. Communication is so much more than just the words we speak. In fact, words can be calculated and curated. We can rehearse what we want to say. But body language, that is raw. That is primal. Most people do not know how to consciously control their micro-movements, so their body subconsciously gives away how they truly feel. Think back to your most recent conversation with this person. Did they tilt their head towards you? This is a universal sign of engagement and vulnerability. It exposes the neck, which is a very primal signal of trust. Did they lean in when you were laughing? Leaning in reduces the distance and signals that they want to share in your joy. Were they playing with their hair while talking to you? This is often a self-soothing behavior that occurs when we are feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness, a cocktail of emotions often associated with attraction. But if you really want to know the truth, look down. more specifically, look at the way they point their feet. This is a huge indicator that psychological researchers have studied for years. We are often taught to control our facial expressions, but we rarely think about our feet. Therefore, the feet are the most honest part of the body. If their feet are pointing directly at you, even if their torso is turned slightly away, it probably means they are subconsciously wanting your attention. The feet are the first things that move when we decide to go somewhere. So, the direction they are facing hints at where the person would like to be. If they are facing the door, they want to leave. If they are facing you, they want to stay. They want to get closer to you. Similarly, look at their posture regarding their arms and hands. If someone has their hands on their hips, this pushes the elbows back and exposes the stomach and chest. In evolutionary terms, this is a vulnerable area. By exposing their torso to you, rather than crossing their arms defensively, they are signaling that they are open to you. They are comfortable. As overlooked as body language is, it can tell you a voluminous story about whether someone likes you, all without a single word being spoken. Moving gently to sign number 4. They sit up straight around you. Now, this one often causes some confusion. We often hear that if someone likes you, they will be relaxed. So, you might think that someone sitting up straight is a sign of them being on edge, stiff, or uncomfortable. You might interpret that rigidity as a desire to create distance, or a sign that they are formal and cold. But it can actually mean the exact opposite. It can mean they are trying to look their absolute best in front of you. Think about what happens when you slouch. You look smaller. You look tired. But when you sit up straight, you elongate your spine. You show off your strong features. You look a bit taller, more confident, and more capable. It is a biological imperative to present our best selves to potential mates or people we admire. This is sometimes called peacocking in the animal kingdom. So, people often sit up straight around those they want to impress. They are subconsciously fixing their posture because they value your opinion of them. They want you to see them as competent and attractive. Therefore, when someone sits up straight, do not immediately assume they are bored or trying to put distance between the two of you. They may be simply trying to impress you. They are on their best behavior because you matter to them. Let us look into their eyes for sign number 5. They blink less around you. This sounds bizarre, right? You might be thinking, Jenny, how on earth am I supposed to track someone's blinking rate without staring at them like a creep? And you are right. It is a subtle thing. But hear this out, because the science behind it is fascinating. Your blinking rate actually says a decent amount about how you are feeling in any given moment. According to studies cited by Psychology Today, people tend to blink more when they are anxious or under distress. Rapid blinking can be a sign of a nervous system that is fluttery and overwhelmed. However, blinking also serves a cognitive function. It is a way to subconsciously block out visual stimuli so our brains can process information. When we are bored, or when we see something we do not like, we might blink more or close our eyes for longer fractions of a second to block it out. So flip that logic around. If a person blinks less around you, chances are it is a good sign they like you. Why? Because they do not want to miss anything. Their brain is hungry for the visual information you are providing. They are drinking you in. It is their subconscious way of trying to capture every microexpression on your face, every smile, every gesture. If you are talking to someone and their gaze is steady, not intense or predatory, but simply open and unblinking for longer periods than usual, it means they are captivated. It is the concept of all eyes on you. They are fully present in the moment with you, and their eyes are refusing to close because the reality in front of them is better than the darkness behind their eyelids. Watch out for this one. It is a very powerful signal of deep interest. And finally, we arrive at sign number 6. They raise their eyebrows when greeting you. I want you to picture someone you love very dearly. Maybe it is a best friend, a parent, or a partner. Imagine running into them unexpectedly at the grocery store. What is the very first thing your face does? Hint: it has something to do with going up. Your eyebrows flash upward. It is a quick, almost instantaneous movement. People tend to raise their eyebrows when they are happy and excited. It opens up the eyes, allowing more light in, and it signals an openness to interaction. In evolutionary psychology, this is known as the eyebrow flash. It is a universal, cross-cultural signal of recognition and harmless intent. It says, I see you, and I am happy about it. So you often subconsciously raise your eyebrows when you are happy to see someone. Because this happens so fast, usually lasting only about 1/5 of a second, it is easy to overlook. And I want to be clear. If someone does not raise their eyebrows around you, it does not mean that they hate you. Some people are just less expressive, or they might be tired, or they might have had Botox. However, it is a positive sign that they like you if they do it. If every time you walk into a room, their face lights up and those eyebrows jump up, followed by a warm smile, that is genuine. You cannot fake a micro-expression like that easily. It is the body's involuntary reaction to seeing a source of joy. Navigating the world of human connection is never easy. It is never easy guessing others' true feelings about you. It is always a flip-flop between considering that you are overthinking everything and hoping that perhaps they do actually like you. It is a dance of vulnerability. Please know that you are not alone in this struggle. For sure, almost everyone has spent many a night staying up late, staring at the ceiling, and replaying little interactions and scenarios. We analyze the tone of a text message. We obsess over whether they laughed at our joke. We worry. But the important thing to remember is that whether someone likes you or not is not a reflection of your worth. It is not your fault if someone does not reciprocate your feelings. People have their own preferences, their own timings, and their own baggage. What matters most, above all else, is that you love yourself. When you cultivate a strong sense of self-love, you stop needing to decode every little signal because you know that you are okay regardless of the outcome. You become less like a detective, desperately looking for clues, and more like a gardener who simply waters their own soul, knowing that the right butterflies will eventually come to the garden. These signs, the proximity, the walking pace, the pointing feet, the posture, the unblinking gaze, the eyebrow flash, they are just tools to help you understand the world better. They are not a measure of your value. Do you have anyone in mind right now as we went through this list? Did a specific face pop into your head when I mentioned the feet pointing toward you or the eyebrow flash? If not, that is okay too. Do you think these signs will help you in the future to read the room a little better? I would love to hear from you. Feel free to leave a comment about your experiences. Have you ever noticed someone doing these things? Or perhaps, have you caught yourself doing these things around someone you have a crush on? Your input and your thoughts help our community grow and feel less alone in these confusing experiences. If you found this video insightful, be sure to hit the like button. It really helps us spread this message of emotional intelligence to more people. And please share it with those out there who are still boggled with the trials of guessing. We all have that one friend who is constantly asking, "Does he like me? Does she like me?" Send this to them. It might just give them the clarity they need. Don't forget to subscribe to Happy Aura and hit the notification bell for more new videos on psychology, relationships, and becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you so much for watching, for being part of this community, and for doing the work to understand yourself and others deeper. We will see you soon. Take care of your beautiful selves.